I'm delighted to be here to celebrate the United Nations Flagship Environment Awards, the Champions of the Earth. These awards recognize men and women from the fields of policy, science, entrepreneurship, and civil society whose initiatives have left a positive and lasting impact on the environment. Tonight's winners demonstrate that every sector and age group can provide the leadership and vision we need to bring about positive, transformative change. We are honoring this evening presidents for their leadership, individuals who have faced great obstacles and entrenched interest in protecting threatened species and pursuing groundbreaking scientific research, and an organization that is improving the environmental impact of the spaces in which we work, live, and play. I'd like to express my sincere congratulations to all the champions of the earth. Let us give our warmest applause again. These award winners are impressive in their own right, but they also represent a larger transformation that is taking place across societies. A growing awareness of the need for far more determined and dramatic steps to save our planet. An awareness that we must act urgently to counter the degradation of ecosystems and resources because we depend on them for our well-being and security. People everywhere are becoming conscious of extreme weather, water shortages, deforestation, the illegal exploitations of resources, endangered species, loss of biodiversity, depleted fish stocks, and degraded air quality. From Beijing to Kinshasa, they fear the disruption and displacement that will result if we continue with business as usual. The scientific evidence on climate change has triggered an awakening. 2 months ago, in New York, Manhattan, more than 400,000 people took to the streets to demand action now, and I joined them. I was honored, and I was very much excited to be so many people among them. I expected at that time the world leaders should hear and listen to their voices, that they were asking world leaders to change this climate phenomenon. All over the world, people are reconnecting with the ecosystems, the clean food and water, and the energy sources they depend on to survive. Economists are telling us that, contrary to those who say that change is too costly, there are tremendous opportunities to be had from switching to a greener, low carbon path, opportunities to improve health and create jobs and markets. The corporate sectors are looking beyond shareholder profits and GDP. It is realizing that the long-term security of growth and supply chains rests on a clean, healthy environment. Development experts have told us that the only way to secure the future we want for the poor and marginalized is through people-centered sustainable development. It is time for leaders to lead. I was very encouraged by the announcement last week by President Xi Jinping of China and President Barack Obama of the United States on post-2020 action. I met both President Xi Jinping and President Obama in Myanmar, and we moved together to Brisbane, Australia, to participate in G20 summit meeting. I told both of them separately that they made a very historic decision for humanity. Now we need other leaders to follow their lead and announce ambitious post-2020 targets as soon as possible and generate momentum towards a new climate agreement in Paris next year. Next year, 2015, will be critical for humanity in many senses. First, we have to meet the target of Millennium Development Goals by the end of December next year. Second, we have to shape the post-2015 development agenda. Then, by the end of next year, we will have to reach an agreement on a universally binding and meaningful new climate change agreement and the transformative sustainable development agenda. That will include new goals on oceans and marine resources, ecosystems, and biodiversity, and climate change. Today's champions of the earth are ready, willing, and able to lead their communities, their families, and their industries towards a more sustainable future. We need their continued commitment, and we are inspired by their example. Now is the time for action in all countries and in all sectors of our society. It is time to put long-term gains ahead of short-term profits. It is time to stand up to narrow entrenched interests that are blocking progress for all. It is time to create the best future we can for our children and our grandchildren. A clean, sustainable world starts with us here and now. Ladies and gentlemen, let us work together to make this world better for all of us, and for all our succeeding generations. And I thank you for your commitment and leadership. Thank you very much.